Hey Meta, my name is Tim and I like to make dope beats. I've been developing a VR app for Quest called MoveMusic Control over the past year and a half. MoveMusic allows you to create music using your body movement by wirelessly controlling music software on another computer. The idea for this app started 5 years ago as I prototyped an initial version using PlayStation Move hardware while I studied computer science at university. The project led me to publish a research paper and pursue graduate school where I had the opportunity to research the MoveMusic concept from the perspective of human-computer interaction. After graduating, I began working on the app you see today. Let me show it to you. Besides your Quest VR headset, you'll need a Wi-Fi capable computer, your music software of choice, and our Connect app for macOS, Windows, or Linux. We can download the Connect app from MoveMusic.com, which you'll be prompted to do after first opening the VR app on Quest. After launching the Connect app on the computer, we can ensure we have MIDI output enabled, and then launch a Wi-Fi hotspot from our Mac for the Quest to directly connect and communicate with Connect. You can also do this on Windows with the mobile hotspot feature, or just connect both devices to a Wi-Fi router. Next, we'll launch the music software we want to use. Here, I'm using Ableton. We need to make sure to enable MIDI input from MoveMusic. Then we'll open an existing project we want to control in VR. Okay, so now we're in MoveMusic VR. So let me open up an existing project. Okay, as you can see, my environment has changed, and I have all these spheres around me and this cube over here. These spheres are called hit zones. You can hit zones to send messages to your music software. So I've got these set up to play some drums over here on these purple ones. Cool, and then we've got some flutes over here. And some bass. Cool. So that's what hit zones are. And then we've got these cubes, like this one, and these are called Morph Zones. With Morph Zones, you can move your controller throughout the Morph Zone to manipulate different audio parameters over time. So I've got sort of that sound going, but I can also change the sound of these spheres over time. So I've got this bass sound. Cool. So together, using these basic building blocks of hit zones and morph zones, we can create really cool controllers and perform with them. So I'll do a quick performance for you. Okay, so I'll just start my metronome, and then I'm going to loop up a song in front of you. Okay, let me show you how I set up this project in MoveMusic. So the first thing I did was I instantiated a lot of these hit zones that you see over here. So let me move these out of the way for a second. Let's place them over here. And basically what I did was I instantiated the hit zones in the places I wanted. So I just placed them like this. Now notice, now they have been assigned different notes in sequence. So I can continue to add the notes in sequence, and then cool. So this is sort of how you would instantiate these, but you might want to pick specific notes. So what you can do is you can open up the inspector, and then within the inspector I can change. Move it over here. Within the inspector I can change different MIDI note numbers. So I could go up to a really high note. And then get one next to it. And there are various settings we have in here for the different MIDI notes, the different colors of the zones, the way velocity works, and different behaviors of the zones. So that's essentially what hit zones are. So let me delete these real quick. Woo! Okay, cool. Now let me show you a morph zone. So I have one over here, so let me just grab that. And any of these objects you can grab and resize with two hands, things like that. Eventually I'll be adding in grouping features, things like this. But this is the morph zone. We can open up the inspector to see what's in there. It has different formats of different dimensions. So you can start with just a 1D morph zone, which is really just like a slider. As you move it back and forth, you can change the value. Then we've got 2D morph zones, which is like an XY pad. Cool. And then we've got the 3D morph zone, where you get a third dimension when you go back and forth. These are pretty straightforward to map out as well. You're sending different MIDI CC messages, and you can just configure the different numbers and as well change the color of the morph zone. And you can instantiate as many of these kinds of objects as you want, place them around in the world. You can make them really, whoa, hello. You can make them really small. So let me try showing you how small these could get. And then, you know, you could have hundreds of these all around you. Whee! Whoa. Okay, cool. But yeah, I think you get the idea. It's pretty wacky, but I'll just move all of it over there. Okay, thanks for letting me share.